Again, I'm Dr. Aajay Shah. This is our happiness workshop. This is segment number 6. If you're on YouTube, if you have not watched segment 1 to 5, please watch those segments in a row. Uh, So again, this is a next segment. Next segment starts with a great quote from one of our great presidents, Thomas Jefferson. It says that it's neither wealth nor splendor, but tranquility and occupation which gives us happiness. So again, it's neither wealth, not splendor, not the material thing, not the money, but the tranquility of mind and the occupation which gives us happiness. So that brings us what do you think where the happiness depends upon? Where does the happiness depends upon? So happiness depends 50% on genetics. 50% it depends upon genetics. So it depends how our parents were, how our siblings are, how our twins are. If you have twins, where we share the genes. It only depends 10% on external circumstances. So again, it only depends 10% on external circumstances. Many times we think that, not having enough money, living in a small house, living in an apartment, having a life partner, having kids, having a great body, having a lot of other material wealth will make us happy. But actually, it's only about 10%. So that leaves the large chunk where happiness depends upon, and that's internal circumstances. Again, internal circumstances. And those means on our thoughts, on our actions, on our habits. So again, this is very important slide, important concept that genetics 50%, external circumstances only 10%, and our internal circumstances a large chunk 40%. I also must say here that even though genetics are 50%, there is a new science, new concept now. It's called epigenetics. Epigenetics. That means with our behavior, we can actually modify genes. So in my opinion, even though genetics is 50%, you can turn many happiness gene on and turn off many unhappiness gene by your behavior. And that's called epigenetics. So again, internal circumstances and your behavior, your habits has a largest role in my opinion, because it can also influence your genes by epigenetics. So again, your habits will play a large role how happy you are. It's a great concept called American paradox. American paradox describes that in 1940, middle of World War II, happiness score was 7.5. 7.5. In 2015, the same way of scoring Americans, happiness score was 7.2. In 2015, we have more luxuries, we have better houses, we have running water, we have a hot shower, we have air conditioning in every house pretty much now. We have heat. Hunger is pretty much gone. We have better cars. We have smartphones now. We have internet now. We have YouTube now. We have Facebook now. But even though with all the material, all the luxuries we have, the happiness score has actually gone down. Actually, there is a more depression in 2015 than 1940. And this is a great American paradox that we supposed to be getting happier with all the material thing, but actually we are less happy than 1940. That brings to the next slide to one of my great author. I absolutely love him. His name is Dr. Tal Ben-Shahar. He's at Harvard, and he had one of the most popular course at Harvard on happiness, Tal Ben-Shahar. He has written many books. One of the books is called Happier. And this book, I've read it, I have it, a great book to buy, great book to read. And he brings people into 4 kinds of people. So there are 4 types of people. There's a rat racer. A rat racer is a person who works hard now with hope for the happiness in the future. And we can relate to many of those people who are like rat racer. I myself was a rat racer one day, 30 years ago, who thought that work hard now and I'll be happy in the future. So those are rat racers. The next type of people are hedonist people. Those people actually enjoy the life right now and not worry about the future happiness. So again, they enjoy. They eat, like never tomorrow. They drink, they have all this pleasure now, but not worry about the future happiness. And there is a third group of people called nihilists, where they say for them, there's no fun right now, there's no fun in the happiness. So again, there are these three types of people. But in my opinion, the fourth type, which is the true well-being, where there's a pleasure and happiness and well-being is right now, and they're also doing their actions and habits for the well-being and happiness in the future. So the true well-being is the right person to be in. Fortunately or unfortunately, we all have all these types in ourselves at different times in life. The goal here is to, in our life, avoid the rat racer stage, avoid the hedonic stage, avoid the nihilist stage, and spend as many years in our life in a well-being state as much as we can. So again, there are four types of people. This concludes our segment and brings up to our next reflection that that first question is, do you have good genes for happiness? Were your parents very happy? If you're a twin, is your twin very happy? Are your brother, sister very happy where you share the genes? So do you have good genes for happiness? But again, even if you don't have good genes for happiness, by epigenetics, with your behavior, you can actually modify your genes and you can turn on the happiness gene. So don't worry if you don't have good genes for happiness. The next question is, do you agree with American paradox where Americans are actually unhappier now compared to 7 years ago? Next question is, what type of person are you right now? Are you a rat racer? Are you a hedonist? Are you a nihilistic? Or are you a true happy person? This concludes our segment. Again, we are on YouTube, we are on Twitter, we are on Facebook. Obviously, you're watching it right now. And we are also on Instagram. So please like us on all our platforms. Please share with your family and friends to be on our platform. We post every day 3 to 4 times, sometimes 5 times a day, all about healthy living, mental, physical, spiritual, and I assure you, you will not be disappointed. So please like us on all our platforms.